State Sheep and Wool Festival's Breed Talk on Coopworth sheep, and we're coming to you remote this year because of the COVID issue. The Koopworth is actually a breed that was developed in New Zealand in the 1940s and 50s, coming out of a breeding program at Lincoln College, where the desire was to increase productivity of the breed. Romneys and Border Leicesters were the primary breeds of New Zealand at the time, and they were having relatively low lambing percentages, so the Koopworth was part of an extensive breeding program designed to boost that productivity. The breed was officially organized and named in the 1960s and first brought to the United States in the early 1970s. So the Koopworth is a dual-purpose breed. They're bred for both meat and wool. The ewes tend to run about 140 to 175 pounds, and the rams are about 175 to 275. They're considered a long wool breed with fiber length of 6 to 8 inches. This was shorn several months ago, so it's starting to get up to that length. And they are natural colored and white. There's a fair amount of variability in them. This one, you can see it's a sort of definitely a paler fleece color, but with a fair amount of the browns and blacks in it. We also have some that are running sort of more of a chocolate brown. They tend to be an open face with just a top knot, and they tend to have about 3.5 crimp per inch for the fiber. And again, it's a long wool breed. So the Koopworth tends to be a heavier animal than the Border Leicester and a little bit taller than the Romney. This one behind us actually is actually a Romney cross. It doesn't have any Koopworth in it, but you can see the similarity between the two. But she's definitely a little smaller and not quite as well muscled. The fleece on these, as I mentioned before, it's a long staple length. You want a consistent fleece front to back, of course, like every other breed. And they tend to produce about an 8-pound fleece per year. And as a result of this breeding program, the Koopworth has become, in the last 70 years or so, the #2 breed in New Zealand, with a much smaller population in the United States. Koopers tend to be a fairly productive breed. They're very heavy milkers. They're good mothers. They have a really strong mothering instinct, and they do very well on an all-grass pasture diet. We are able to raise them primarily on grass. We do have to supplement a bit in the winter with some oats because our hay quality is just not quite up there, but they are a fairly easy breed to care for. So despite their popularity in New Zealand and also Australia, the Koopworths are a relatively unusual breed in the United States. There are only about 2,200 registered animals in the United States. They are found in 23 states from coast to coast, but it's a fairly small group of us in the American Koopworth Registry. We only have about 27 members. And that was actually one of the things that really appealed to us. We wanted a breed that was great on pasture, good mothering instinct. We had been raising Cheviots before. They were a little too flighty for us, and the Koopworths are much more docile. And we really loved the long wool and the slightly larger body size that they do have. So, and one of the things that really appealed to us was that the association, perhaps because it is a fairly small group, we found that we just had a tremendous resource in the other members We really love the dual purpose aspect of the Koopworth. We have a wonderful market for their meat. We also have a great mix of products that we're able to make out of the long fiber and the wool. And really the best thing though is that the association members have been so forthcoming with information and helping us get started with the foundation flock. It's a small, close-knit group. The Coopworth Association also runs a booth at both the New York State Sheep and Wool Festival and at Maryland, where we carry exclusively Coopworth-based products, and that's been a wonderful outlet for marketing our products as well. If you'd like to learn more, we'll include a link in the video for the website, and hope to see you next year live, ideally, at Rhinebeck. Thank you.